This is the plaintiff, John. He says he hired the defendant to build an extension to his backyard patio and also wanted her to build a fire pit. Not only did one of her workers cut an electrical wire in his yard, she never completed the work. Unfortunately, he paid the defendant in full, but can't seem to get a refund, so he's suing for the $488 he's owed. This is the defendant, Connie Emerson. She says she's been in the landscaping business for 20 years, and she should have seen this coming because the plaintiff is one big pain in the you-know-what. Everything she did, the guy and his wife would fight about, and the woman would end up crying. She's learned her lesson the hard way, and now knows if you see a red flag, just walk away. Oh, and just one more thing. For the record, the plaintiff's a red flag factory. She's accused of not getting the job done.
Douglas. John, you've asked us not to use your last name, and we'll respect that. You are suing the nursery. You've asked us not to name the nursery name, and we will respect that. Represented here by Ms. Emerson for $488. The amount you say is owed to you for bricks you didn't get and labor you didn't get as part of a deal that you had with her. Tell me what's going on.
Well, I hired the defendant to do an extension of an outdoor patio, have an outdoor kitchen, and to build a fire pit and to also put
a fire pit?
Yes.
Okay.
They explain it as a fire pit kit, as well as a rock bench and a flower bed, brick flower beds around big palm trees.
Had they ever done landscaping work for you before?
No.
Okay. So the scope of the project is as you just described, and it was how much?
I think around $6,500.
$6,500. Okay. Do you have a contract?
I have the original paperwork where I did the down payment and sporadic.
Any paperwork you have on this deal, let me see.
Okay.
They go in and they start the work when?
It was in November, right before Thanksgiving.
Okay. Do you have photos of your yard?
I do.
Can I see it?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the finished product of the fire pit.
Of the fire pit.
And then these concrete, this is sort of cool. So you made like concrete benches around the fire pit.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what is this item here? That's your outdoor kitchen.
Yes, they extended the pavers on that.
They extended the pavers. Okay.
Yes.
So you hire them to do the work. What problems did you have with them that led to all to everything breaking down?
Around the fire pit, it was supposed to be on the paperwork. It says fire pit kit, which meaning they have the bricks. It was supposed to have the cast iron thing inside so that you can burn the wood, and it's supposed to have decorative caps on top. When they started putting the caps on, it was just like cinder blocks put on top. I said, what is that? That's not what I ordered. So we left it alone. There was no problem with that. Then when they were doing the diameter.
There's a problem now, right? Yeah, you're suing for it, and they're saying that wasn't part of the deal,
right.
So I got a problem now.
Right. The problem is it comes to the end. After they did the tree, they didn't have enough blocks to finish the tree. It's incomplete.
Tell me about that. He says that you guys owe him 19 bricks, that the planters were not finished. The round ones around the palm trees were not finished, and he has a picture of them. Where it's sort of weird. It's like, I guess because it's graded, that's what it is? Because it's like...
We're looking at this picture here. I'm sorry.
I don't know what you got. I handed it to my bailiff. I'm looking at what he took a photograph of. He says there are bricks missing to complete the circle.
Correct, ma'am.
Right?
Right. If I can just bring your attention to where it doesn't look complete. What happened was we made it complete. We used all the blocks which we required, and we did run out of caps at one stage because obviously they all have to be cut to make it the right circumference. So we said we get more caps. But the job was three layers high plus caps. Mr. Maurice then stood at the back where we'd extended the patio and said to me that he couldn't see his fountain. I'm like, well, that's because, you know, the planter's in the way. We've just built a new planter and put a palm tree there. So he said he would like to see the fountain. I said, well, what would you like me to do? He said, maybe we could take out that middle section, which you see removed in the middle. And I said, it's not going to look right. And also, when he came to the nursery,
So you're saying he wanted you to do it this way?
Yes.
Okay, now that's fine. Now stop.
Okay.
Show me the change order, because he's denying that. He's saying you just didn't finish the job. So show me, ma'am, the change order for him doing it that way.
No change order.
Okay, now, do you realize what just happened? If you're ever going to get change orders signed, it would be in this situation, right?
Correct.
Right.
However, you can see it is complete. We finished it. He then asked the guys to
Take it
undo
down.
it.
Were they going to do it complete, and then you said, I don't like it, I don't have a view of my fountain, it might be better if you do this other thing that they're saying you
Yes,
approved?
but-
And then after you looked at it, you didn't like it, and you said, never mind, I want it complete.
Correct.
And then who did you speak to about that?
Both of them.
Okay, and they agreed to give you the bricks?
They agreed to do it. When I paid them, they were going to come back out because they
You
said
paid them in full that day?
That day.
Right. And according to you, he paid you in full and you were done?
At that day, he told everybody to take everything off the property, done, clean up as we did a professional cleanup job. Shake hands, we're done. That was like 2 hours later. I mean, it took a long time to get to this point. So it was not that day. He did not ask for any blocks at that point to come back. In December, he phoned the nursery, spoke to me. I even laughed because I don't think he thought he was speaking to me. He wanted to know where the rest of his bricks were, the rest of his bricks and blocks. And I said, well, we finished the project. You pay for a certain project, that's what you got. However, if there's something left over, I'll check with Charlie. You can have them.
And you were not able to find any leftover bricks, correct?
Correct, ma'am.
Where are the caps on the, what was his dispute on the caps on the fireplace?
There are no such thing as caps on the fire pit, which is why I gave you the pictures of my display.
Okay.
That is the display.
What is
that
it
he
you
saw.
had in mind? Yeah, but that's totally different than, frankly, this looks better than that.
It does, but
Then why are you complaining?
But these are caps.
Okay.
And-
Yeah, but that's a totally different look. It's a different brick on top capping something rather than what you have, which looks good and smooth. So I'm not even sure why you're saying that.
Also, the cast iron.
Okay. Court's in recess.
All rise.
So, you buy in this that the defendant says, oh, the plaintiff wanted the job changed, but I have no proof of it.
No, you must go back to the contract and fulfill your contractual agreement, period.
Fair enough. And you, sir?
I completely agree. If she was going to change it, she should have had her client change the contract
In writing.
in writing.
You know, enough said. Going inside the courtroom.
So, Mr. Maurice, if I understand your lawsuit, what you want is you feel as though you've paid for the remaining brick that you're suing for.
Correct.
Even though you changed your mind and wanted a certain style, if you've gone ahead and paid for it because it's in the original contract, you feel like you should get those bricks. That's the brick part of your lawsuit.
Yes, ma'am.
You also feel that they should pay for labor, but you've admitted that you changed how it was, so you're basically, you want them to, you don't want them to come in, you want them to pay for somebody else to come in to change it, even though you admit that you had changed the style and what they did was what you asked for. And then the third item that you're suing for is complete fire pit. You feel that you paid for a cap, like a bull-nosed, I guess, a different shape of brick for the top to edge the fire pit?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is it on any of the paperwork?
On the paperwork that they submitted to you, does it say fire pit kit?
Well, what it says is supply and install block fire pit. Then it says supply and install 6 linear feet block times 2 courses plus caps to create bench seat area. So where does it say that there's going to be caps to the fire pit itself, that edging?
I don't know. Is
Is it on there?
The caps or the cast iron?
What you're suing for? You're suing for the caps. You're not suing for the cast iron, but we'll go over that too. That's also not on
Right.
there.
The
Neither
caps
the kit is on that invoice, nor are the caps to the fire pit. The fire pit, according to them, was always supposed to be straight. The picture of the one they have on their premises is straight, though it looks good straight. But if you expected it to have a cap edge and make it a little more old-fashioned, then I would expect it to be in your contract. It's not, so you have a hard time arguing that they owe you for that. That's my ruling on that. Then you're also saying, well, they owe me for a kit. That's actually not in your lawsuit, but I also don't see that in the invoice, so I don't see how you're going to win that.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Yep.
If they had all the bricks to complete the job, why don't I have it? If I don't have it, where's my money?
I mean, look, where do these bricks come from? Like, is there like a particular place you buy them from?
Yes,
Because if you don't have, what I'm going to order is a reimbursement of the cost of the brick. But I want to know that if he really wants the brick and he's not just trying to bust your chops, I want to know that he's going to be able to get the brick. Where do you get the brick?
They'll have to be ordered through the system.
You want the money or you want the brick?
I'd like to finish the project.
You want the money or you want the brick? Those are your
brick.
two choices. The brick? Okay. I would rather that you two not have to deal with each other ever again and that he be able to just buy the brick himself. So you have the name and the phone number and the contact and everything of the, that's what I want. That way he can just go ahead and get it. All right. I am ordering you to reimburse the plaintiff the $228 for the 19 bricks. Technically speaking, I suppose they're his bricks. I'm not going to order you to pay for the edging on a fire pit that he didn't pay for, nor the kit on a fire pit that wasn't in his quote, nor the labor, because I believe that he in fact concluded that this is the way he wanted him and then later concluded he just wanted his brick that he paid for. And I sort of agree that if a person pays to have a certain amount of brick, then maybe I guess he's entitled to his brick. What I'm going to order you to do is pay $228 and forward the name, which we'll take care of right now and photocopy for him, of the corporation that makes the brick. That way he can, if he's really going to finish those circles, he can go ahead and finish those circles. I wish you both good luck, and that concludes our business.
So Judge Milian rules, and come on out here, the defendant. What do you think of this outcome here now? It's a long, hard fight in there.
Pleased with it, and just hope he can sleep with himself at night.
Well, why wouldn't he?
Because some of the ways and the things he says just makes no sense whatsoever. So it was actually extortion in the end with the money he was asking for and the things, he was doing.
How nasty did it get?
It was just ugly as it all went on.
How nasty? Like, for instance, like what?
Pretty nasty.
Oh, all right. Is it the brick guy? Let me see those hands. Let me feel those hands. The brick guy. Brick guy's got some hands. Yeah, okay, head right down that way.
All right.
All right, good luck with everything. It's got some hard hands. All right, some step in here. You satisfied how this finally comes out here?
I'm satisfied.
You are.
Once again, it is what it is. God's in control. And
All right.
it is.
Over to Harvey.
Okay, this gentleman in the back pretty much said it, that it doesn't really matter whether you're the contractor or the customer. Either way, to protect yourself, if there is a change in the job, get that change in writing. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.